Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room. Today I'm going to make a card using this lovely stamp set, and it's called Lovely You. And I love this because it's got lots of sentiments on it, and I love the fact that there's this kind of a very blocky typeface and then a lovely curly one. I quite often try and do this on my PC, and I never quite get it right, so it's lovely that I've now got a stamp set that's got it, and it's also got these lovely little images as well. Now this stamp set comes in a bundle with this punch called the lovely, let me turn it around, the lovely label Pick-a-Punch, and it's called that because there are two punches in one. And you can virtually make 6 different labels to go in here for stamping your sentiments on. And as you can see, there's a fancy edge and then there's a kind of a flatter one. So I will demonstrate how to use this as we go through making the card. Now I'm going to use, I'm going to make a 5x5 and 7/8, 5 7/8 by 5 7/8 square card. Those of you that have watched me before know that this is my preferred size of card to make. And to make this size of card, what you do is you take a piece of A4 and you cut it with the short side up, cut it at 5 7/8, and then you just turn it and you score it at 5 7/8. Alright, and this is a piece of Whisper White thick. And then what I'm also going to do is I've done a piece of Whisper White, and this measures 5x5, and this is going to be my stamping front. Okay, now on the front of the catalogue they have used this Lovely You stamp set, and this is fabulous inspiration, isn't it? And I'm going to make something like this one. It probably will be a bit different. For a start, I'm going to use different colours. Now what I've done is I had an idea that I would like to use Gorgeous Grape. So this is the colour, I call it a colour selector, and it's something that Stampin' Up give to we demonstrators to give us inspiration of what colours to use together. And I've got some of these colours out, and I'm going to also include soft seafoam because that's really pale. And as you can see on this one here, we've got a very pale background. So I've got all of the stamps already on their blocks, all of most of the flower leaf images. So let's get started. Now let me bring in a piece of grid paper that's white so that you can see it better. So I'm going to start by stamping this leafy, which is kind of sprig-like, and I'm going to use my soft seafoam. Make sure it's the right way up. And I'm going to start in the middle here. And then I'm just going to stamp all the way along. And I'm not worrying if they're the same height or anything. Just creating there, and just a little bit there. Oh, I didn't need that bit there, so that's fine. Now close my ink pad. Now I'm going to bring in my Gorgeous Grape. I love this colour. I love purple. Any sort of purple I like. So let me bring in this flower. Let me just show it to you. Oh, look at that lovely colour. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start by stamping. And again, I'm not worrying about their heights, I'm just jiggling them along. I'm trying to keep them fairly upright. Oh, isn't that lovely? So pretty, love that colour. Now, do you think I need something in the top up here? I think I might do. Now the idea that I've got is that I'm going to put a little sentiment, and I'm looking at my, I've got a box of scraps, because obviously I do a lot of trimming up of my card when I'm making these card bases. And I thought what I could do is I could put a sentiment here or here. I'd like to put it here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to perhaps do some more around the edge. So I'm going to bring in my soft sea foam, and I'm going to turn my paper, my card, and I'm just going to come along in here and just decorate the edges a bit. Turn my stamp a bit. Creates a nice edge. Okay, shut that up. And then there's this tiny weeny little stamp, which I'm very interested to see what it looks like. So I'm going to bring in my gorgeous grape again. Let's see what this looks like when you stamp it. Oh, cool. That'll make a nice little corner decoration, I think. So I'm just going to stamp that in the corner. Oh, pretty. Very nice. That would make a nice line of stamping. Let me give that a clean so I don't stick my hand in it. Oh, nearly. Okay, so they're ready for me to use again. So, let's see, do I want to put anything else on there? I don't know that I do. Right, so let me bring in my piece of card. Let's see how this measures. Just a bit over 3/4 of an inch. Now with this punch, you can see there's little gullies here, so you can use a piece of card that measures 1/2 an inch, 3/4 of an inch, or an inch on both sides. All right. And what I've done here is I've given myself some idea of when I stamp something, how much extra card I need to get a good piece of edging, if you like. Now this card has got a bit of a bend in it. Let me just chop that. I don't want to use the bendy bit. So let me bring in my sentiment. My sentiment is just because, and I'm going to measure it. Now this measures almost 2 inches. Almost 2 inches. So I'm going. If I use this one here, I need to add an inch. So that means I need a piece that is 3 inches. Oh, let me shut my ink pad for the moment. So 3 inches. So bring in my little trimmer. Oh, would help if I had a nice straight edge. That's a bit of a wonky edge there. Trim that off. Don't need that. Pop that in the bin. Now 3 inches. 3 inches. And then I want this to be, is 3/4 of an inch going to be, yeah, I think 3/4 of an inch is going to be just right. Now I thought this was a little bit over 3/4 of an inch, so I'm just going to just perhaps check it on here. Yeah, just want to make sure it will slip into the punch okay. So let's just try it, shall we? So as I thought, it needs a little sliver just taken off it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up. So there's the 3/4 inch line. Making sure it's about straight. Oh, lovely. Look at that teeny weeny little bit that you took off. Very good. So I'm going to stamp my just because in the middle here. And again, I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape. Now you'll notice that I've got this sentiment stamp on quite a big block. I could have put it onto this one because it would have fitted, but I find that if you've got it on too small a block, your eye is drawn to the edge of your block rather than to your image. So that's why I've stuck it on here, and I've stuck it on the wonk for the same reason, because you want to use your eye to do the levelling up, not to, and the image. You want to focus on the stamp's image, not onto the block. So I'm just going to put this down here, and I hope I'm not getting my head in the way. Lovely. Brilliant. Oh, my hands are stiff this morning. It's a horrible grey day, and I think that's probably why. Now, let me, I think what I'll do is, before I do, if I decide to do some stamping, let's just do the punching. So open it. To open one of these punches, you just slide this little slider and it will pop open. And then this is going to go in here. Can you see it just slips in there really nicely? And if I turn it over, you'll see, can you see it lines up to that edge there, which is just what I want. And punch it. Yeah. And then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to punch it again. There we go. So now I've got two lovely shaped edges, and if I show you on here, you can see what the whole of the top looks like, and then they've put these little dotted lines so you can see what you will get depending on the size. And because mine is 3/4 of an inch, I got that bit and I just lost that little edge there. Now that's really nice. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little punch. Shall I stamp that? Yeah, let's bring in some soft sea foam. And I'm going to get those bits out of the way. Just going to stamp one of those either side, like so. Just takes away the whiteness of the card. And now I'm going to bring in my card base, that mat that we've stamped earlier on, and I'm just going to put that there like that, I think. Oh, shall we put some twine on it? You know I love twine. So let's go to my drawer, because it doesn't look like I've got any out, which is very unusual for me because I normally have it out all the time. Ah, I need to have a new packet, that's why I didn't have any out. So, our twine comes on this lovely little roll, it's all rolled up so you don't get a stiff edge. Let me see if I can find the end. Here we go. And I love this twine. Now, as you can see, it curls a little bit, but it's soon, you can get the curl out by just pulling it through your fingers, or just get your bone folder and just rub it over the edge of your bone folder. There you go. You see the curl has started to come out, and that's perfect. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap my twine around my card. So what I need to do is I'm going to bring in my silicone mat, because I'm going to put, let me get rid of this. That's it, get rid of this. the stamps out of the way. I'm going to bring in my stamp and seal, and I'm going to, now where am I going to put my twine? Here or up here? No, I'm going to put it in the bottom here, I think. I'm just going to put a little bit of, yeah, just a little bit to start it off and keep it in place. And then I'm going to wrap that round my card a couple of times. Oh, lovely. And then I'll just put another little bit of seal here. Bring in some scissors and snip that off. Oh, didn't see, put that in there. There we go. Good. Have I caught that? I don't think I caught it enough. Put a bit more down. Yeah, that's better. That's sticky now. Now I'll bring in my base card and I'll put it down somewhere. There it is. So let's, this is going to go on here. Let me just, yeah, cool. So I'm going to put some seal on the back. And seal is a new glue for us. It replaced the old snail that we had. And the reason we've got a new one is because in some countries, the snail, after a while, lost its stickiness. I could imagine that was very annoying. I've just thought of something I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in a bit of gorgeous grape card. Oh no, that's not gorgeous grape. Where's the gorgeous grape? Oh, there we go, gorgeous grape. I'm going to bring in a little piece, a little scrap. And I'm going to bring another little punch out, if I can find it. Ah, here we go. This is another punch that's in the new annual catalogue, and it's a postage stamp style punch. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my scissors out of the way. As you can see, that's too small to go behind that, but what I thought I'd do is I'd add a little bit of decoration to the edge of my card. So I'm going to snip this in half, and this is half on here, that's half an inch there, and I just need to line it up really, because it doesn't matter how wide it's going to be. That's good. So now I've got two pieces, and I'm just going to add a piece over here. Just going to add that to there, so a little bit pokes out. That's it, like so. Now perhaps put another one on the bottom here. Because I've already got glue on it, do it at the bottom, or shall I do it over this side? Let's see, do it there I think. There we go. Oh, yeah, there is some glue there. Yeah. Good. In fact, that one's just a little bit too far sticking out, so let's try that again. Line that up. Okay. Good. And of course, because I've got glue on it, I'm getting my fingers in the way, so there we go. So I'm just going to put that down using my grid paper to try and get it kind of straight and in the middle of my card base. You can tell I can't do two things at once. I certainly can't line up and talk at the same time. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So now, is my sentiment going to just go on there? Oh, that will look nice there, I think. I'm going to, oh, what do you think? Up there? I think up there. And I might put a bow on here. So let's bring in some dimensionals. And I'll just put 3 on, just to give it some support. You've heard me say that before. Because in case it goes through the posts, we don't want them. The sentiment being squashed when it goes through the franking machine. There we go. And I think that's lovely. So let me bring in my twine again. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make kind of a double bow here. So I've doubled up my twine. I'm going to do a bunny ears. Or pull it. Now I know that's too big, so let me grab the ends and just make sure those loops are kind of the same size. I'm not worrying if they're not. And that's just going to sit there. So trim that off. Bring that off there. And that's just going to sit there. The nice thing about twine is it's quite a lightweight type thing, and it doesn't cover up much of the image, which is what I wanted, obviously. So that's just going to go there. So I need a glue dot. So pop a glue dot behind the knot, like so. Pick it off, just pop it in place. And that helps keep that twine in place as well. There we go. So there we go. There's our card. And for that we have used the lovely U stamp set and the wonderful Lovely Me label pick a punch. Yeah, let me close that down a bit. Ooh, there we go. And I will be making some more cards using this stamp set because I think it's gorgeous. And I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and I will be doing a blog post where I will post pictures and I'll give you the sizes and everything that I've used. And until we meet again, thank you very much for watching. Bye!